In this video, I will show you how to play USB videos on your Sony TV. Over here, I have the Sony Bravia Google TV, but it doesn't matter the type of Sony TV you have, whether you have the Sony Bravia Android TV or the old Sony Bravia TV. By the end of this video, you should be able to play any video from your USB drive on any Sony TV you have. Now, first things first, before we proceed, it is important to note that not all USB drive can actually work on your TV. For any USB drive to be visible and compatible with your Sony TV, it has to be formatted at MS-DOS FAT at 32. And while some USB drives are already formatted at MS-DOS FAT at 32 by default, some are not. If your USB drive does not show up on your Sony TV, I have made a separate tutorial on how to go about formatting your USB drive to MS-DOS FAT at 32 so that it can work on your TV. And I'm going to be leaving a link to that particular video in the description of this video. So you go ahead and watch that, and then you can now go ahead and continue with this tutorial. Finally, once your USB drive has been formatted at MS-DOS FAT at 32 and you've successfully loaded the USB drive with all of the videos and movies you want to watch on your Sony TV, what you want to do is to go ahead and connect the USB drive to any of the USB ports on your Sony TV. So if your Sony TV has more than one USB port, just go ahead and connect it to any of the USB ports on the TV. And once your USB drive is connected, in some Sony TVs, you're going to see a notification at the top of the TV telling you that a USB drive has actually been connected to your TV. But if you do not see that notification, you don't have to worry. What you just want to do is to go ahead and look for the media player app or menu on your Sony TV. So for some Sony TVs, once you scroll over to this list of apps over here, scroll horizontally from this list of apps, you're going to see the media player app over here on your Sony TV. So you can go ahead and open up this media player app over here. Another way to actually open up the media player app is to basically just press on the input source button on your Sony Bravia TV remote. Basically, this is how the input source button looks like on most Sony Bravia TV remotes. So if you do not have this kind of remote control, just go ahead and look for this input source button. It is usually at the top of your Sony Bravia TV remote, and once you press on it, you're going to get this menu just like this on your Sony Bravia TV. And what you just want to do from here is to scroll horizontally until you get to the add or edit icon over here. Go ahead and select it, and then scroll horizontally once again until you get to the media server over here. Go ahead and select it so that it will be added to the list of menus under input source, and then go back to the previous option. Now you're going to see the media server over here, which is basically the same as the media player app. Now once you open up the media player app and then just scroll down, you're going to see your USB drive that is connected to your Sony Bravia TV at the top over here. You can literally see mine over here, and what you just want to do is to scroll over to the top, and you're going to see all of the music, videos and files that are in your USB drive. So you can go ahead and open up all of them directly from here. So once I click on the open button, I can basically just open it up. And trust me, this media player app from Sony actually supports a whole lot of video files, so you can play videos in MP4, MOV, whichever video formats you have. You can actually watch them and play them on your Sony TV directly from here. If you find this video useful, please make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more interesting tech tips like this one.